Today, I would like to show you how climate change propaganda works on one particular example, but I hope that it will help you understand it in general. Here is a small piece of a debate between Charlie Kirk and a college student. They go back and forth, and at some point that's what this college kid says.
Part of the increase, what part? They don't know. That's debated.
Can I answer that?
Sure.
So like there's actually a statistics or a study done that suggests that climate related disasters are 8 times more likely than in 1980s.
Well, hold on a second. You know that we have less people dying because of quote unquote climate related disasters thing?
Okay, so let's focus for now on this phrase, climate related catastrophes are 8 times more likely to happen, right? Actually, even intuitively, it sounds way off, right? We kind of already immediately think that no, this just contradicts our general common sense. Where could this number come from? And in fact, if I just typed in Google something like this, right, have climate-related catastrophes increased by a factor of 8. Even Google AI tells me that no, that's too much. It's like, bro, I was fed all the possible propaganda on the internet, and I still don't think it's true. He only thinks factor of 5 is correct. So I think the kid maybe just misread the number. He might want to say 5, or I'm just not getting the right study. So here is the report, World Meteorological Organization, which gave this number. Here I have this report open. And they say here the number of disasters increased by a factor of 5 over the 50-year period. And same we see here in the BBC article, which cite this report. Here is a graph, weather disasters, and we see that indeed in this number it's kind of 5-time increase. So this short report here and this article is based on a more comprehensive review, which is called WMO Atlas of mortality and economic losses from weather, climate and water extremes from 1970s to 2019. And we completed the description. An overview of impacts from weather, climate, and so on, based on disaster data from the emergency events database. Here, this database. Yeah, if you want, you could open the whole report. And read it as well. And it's too slow. But for now, I'll just show you the website which contains the raw data, and they have a description. Here you could press documentation, then yeah, you press on EM-DAT documentation. Here you look at non-issues, and here they cite general issues and specific biases. You click on specific biases, and here's what they write here. Time bias is the first one. Time biases result from unequal reporting quality and coverage over time. The figure below shows the occurrence of disasters in EM-DAT database. The figure shows a significant increase that starts in the 1960s, right? just like the article says. This increase coincided with the creation of OFDA. In 1973, OFDA started compiling disaster data, and CRED was created. In 1988, the CRED took over the disaster database and created EM-DAT. In the meantime, communication technologies have improved. The first personal computers and satellites appearing in the 1970s, and the advent of the World Wide Web in 1980s in Seoul. And see also history. Technologies and initiatives can be considered responsible for the dominant trend observed. Therefore, it is challenging to infer insight into the actual drivers of disasters such as climate change, population growth, or disaster risk management. Accordingly, excluding pre-2000 data from the trend analysis based on EM-DAT is strongly recommended. As you can see, from 2000 there is no that much increase. As you can see, it went up and then went down. The whole trend is entirely fake. It just completely described by, again, increase of technologies and reporting. Actually, even the articles here, they partially admitted more extreme weather and improved reporting. Well, in which ratios? This you could find out if you look at IPCC reports. Here is the rates of cyclones, for example. As you can see, whether it's major cyclones or named storms or just all cyclones, there is just no trend. Nothing is really happening here. There is some increase in rainfalls. I found it for you here. But it's not 5 times or 8 times. And there's pretty much no increase in wildfires. Here I found you the graph since 1960s. This part of the graph, by the way, is unreliable, so don't look at it. It includes the forest burn through government orders. So this is not wildfires. So this is fake. But since 1960s, as you can see, the trend was very slow upward. Maybe we could see like 20% increase or something, right? Of number of acres burned. And it's even hard to tell whether it's caused by climate change, and especially human-induced climate change, or it's more like improper forest management. The trend which was also kind of growing. So at least we see that these numbers 5 times, they're very far from reality. They're purely explained by this bureaucratic effect. Here is a lecture about it as well by Stephen Koonin, and he basically makes the same observations. I'll show you.
Temperature is not the only thing that is a manifestation of climate. Of much greater concern are extreme weather events and sea level rise. This is a chart from the most recent UN report issued about a year ago. And the colors indicate whether a trend has been observed or not in various phenomena. The ones associated with heat and cold, well, yeah, we've got more heat waves globally, though not in the US, fewer cold spells. But then there's a whole category of wet and dry for which there is no trend. There's a whole category of wind, including tropical cyclones, hurricanes, typhoons, again, for which there is no trend, etc. So in fact, for most of the extreme weather events, we have not seen trends over the last century. Here's some of the text that goes along with it. Low confidence in most reported long-term trends in hurricanes. Low confidence in mid-latitude storms. Tornadoes, hail, lightning, no trends, etc., etc. The one in which there is confidence is that we have seen some increase in heavy precipitation on a global scale over land. We can go on again. Not a lot that gives us support that there is a climate crisis underway.
Yes. So here I would like to make the last comment that, as you can see, how this lies kind of snowball from, you know, just some raw data towards reviews and reports written for the media and policy makings, then to the actual media, and then to college kids on campuses. And the degree of propaganda grows at every step. And so that by the moment it leaves the lips of college kid, it becomes already completely detached from reality. As you can see, he even changed the number from 5 to 8. In this debate, we basically see a discussion between quite reasonably rational person and a religious fanatic. And guess who is who? If you listen more, you'll see that this kid doesn't even engage with Charlie Kirk's argument properly. He just shoots his headlines from news articles one after another. He behaves like a true, faithful acolyte of this cargo cult of scientific consensus. That, I think, is quite sad, that a person who openly declared himself to be religious, like Charlie Kirk, is actually way more rational than supposedly secular individual representing science. That's all for today.